What's good, y'all? Welcome to an episode of Buzz Boys. Earlier today, I know you've seen the news by now. Terry Rozier was traded to the Miami Heat for Kyle Lowry and a 2027 first round pick. Um, Now I'm gonna get into how I feel about it, but first off, I want to say I'm not surprised. Um, Everybody kind of already saw this exact trade come in. Miami only had but so many assets anyway. Um, Now, would I have liked to see Jovic, I think his name is, included? Yeah, sure. I would love to get a young player back. Um, but ultimately, the trade, I mean, it was okay. Definitely could have been better. Um, it did free up the cap space that we would need to retool a team. Um, Now, one thing I am going to come out and say, well, Mitch Kupchak said this is not a rebuild, which is interesting. Um, He said it's definitely not a rebuild. Um, we think we have a foundation of players in place. Of course, I'm not going to mention all the players, but I'll say our two highest picks, LaMelo and Brandon Miller. So, I mean, in his eyes, he feels like it's not a rebuild because a rebuild is something that you start from scratch and can drag out years. So, this seems to be something where the Hornets are just trying to retool. They realize that this season's a wash, and just trying to retool. Um, Personally, I feel like it's kind of the right thing to do. Terry, 30 years old, 6'2", 6'3" shooting guard. Um, he seemed to play his best basketball when LaMelo was out. And at the end of the day, his value will never be higher. I mean, this was the best year of his fucking career. Um, if there was a time, it was now. Um, so yeah, I'm not surprised. There's some people that's so upset about it. Like, bro, we saw this coming. I mean, when we drafted Lamelo, this was coming. Like, I mean, I don't know, bro. Like, this shit just isn't that surprising to me. I just feel like we always knew this was gonna come at some point. Um, but he said that he grew up in Charlotte, on and off the court, and he never requested a trade. Mitch Kupchak did say that he never came to him and requested a trade. Um, but yeah, so the 227 pick, it does have protections on it. I don't like that. Um, if it doesn't convey in 2027, so basically if the Heat are a lottery team in 2027, then we would have to wait to 2028 and it would be unprotected. Um, Now that is a first round pick, it's 4 years away, but Mitch Kupchak did also say that the pick can be something that can be attached in trading, become a trade asset. Um, so the Hornets have a lot of options to weigh here. Now, me personally, I don't want Mitch Kupchak making too many major moves because shit, he's about to fucking retire. So he's not even gonna be there to execute these moves. But at the end of the day, some of these moves are kind of like a now or never moves. Like Gordon Hayward, literally expiring year on his contract. Um, Now, I really wouldn't even mind just letting him expire or buying him out. But to buy him out, that's spending money, and we're not gonna buy out Kyle and Gordon. But if we can get like second round pick or some shit for Gordon, yeah, fuck it, do that shit. Um, Now with Kyle Lowry, um, Mitch basically said he doesn't think that he's gonna play um before the trade deadline. So basically, we're just gonna try to flip him if we can. Um, so I don't think Kyle Lowry's ever gonna be in a Hornets jersey. I don't think that's something that you ever really have to worry about as a Hornets fan. He's never gonna play for us, probably. Um, so we're gonna keep trying to flip him, get some more assets, um, which would be fine. Now, the one thing that Mitch Kupchak did say, um, he said that they are open to taking on long term salary for future draft picks, as opposed to reserving their newly created cap space this summer. So it's like, I mean, he basically said, yeah, that could absolutely happen. So it's like, I wouldn't like that. I don't want to see us take on shitty contracts to get picks. Are we rebuilding or not? That defeats the fucking purpose. I mean, if you're a rebuilding team, you do shit like that. If you're not, you don't. So I don't know. Um, Seem to have some contradictory answers. I'll put the link in the bio if you want to watch Mitch Kupchak talk for 23 minutes um, about what transpired today and his thoughts on as to why and all that good stuff. Um, but he did say we are going to be active. So, we're not done. We're not done. Um, and like I said, Gordon is obviously going to be somebody to watch. Miles, who is in the last year of his contract and would probably be garnering the most attention from other teams. He is having a good season. Me personally, I would keep Miles um, if you could only be assured that his off the court troubles will never come back. So it's tough in that aspect. But I mean, as far as play, he's playing good. Shit, I mean, I would resign him. PJ is somebody who I felt like the writing's been on the wall for a while, and they couldn't really get anything done this summer. So it's kind of like a franchise tag in a sense, and we're going to try to trade him. I wouldn't be surprised if we see PJ moved. Um, but with Terry moved, it's like, okay, the lineup of LaMelo, Brandon, Miles, PJ, and I mean, obviously you had to put Mark there, but we've seen it be working with the small ball with that lineup. So hey, man, I don't know. I personally, I mean, now with Brandon, I mean, I think he's a three. Can he be a two? Yeah, he definitely could. Um, and I think that's what he's gonna be playing until we find somebody suitable. But we'll see, man. Shit, knowing Steve Clifford, you never know. All of a sudden, Martin might be starting or some shit, but he's hurt, so I don't know. It's gonna be interesting just to kind of see how the team moves on without Terry. I think we're definitely gonna see more Nick Smith Jr. minutes, um, which I'm happy about. Might see more Leaky Black minutes. We don't know what's really gonna come out of it. Um, it's gonna be interesting, and I mean, hey, man, as a team going to the summer, gonna be looking for a new GM to take the reins. You're inheriting a team with LaMelo. Brandon Miller is going to be hooping out of his mind down the stretch. Um, and potential top five pick coming in if we stay where we're at, obviously. Um, and then shit, 50, 60 million in fucking cap space. Um, I mean, hey, that's not attractive. I've been personally, I see where Mitch Kupchak's head has been at all these years, and even now, where he's saying, this is not a rebuild, this is not a rebuilding team. In Mitch's mind, and even in my mind, pretty much, this Hornets team is not a bad team. We're a hurt team. Now, what Mitch doesn't seem to comprehend is that you are, at a certain point, who your record says you are. Yes, we are hurt, but we're always fucking hurt. Every fucking year since we have had this core, we've been hurt. Either LaMelo's going to get hurt for a long time or Gordon's going to get hurt for a long time. Pretty much. So, at the end of the fucking day, at a certain point in time, your identity becomes that as a team. You're not just going to keep saying, but they're missing Gordon. We're always missing Gordon. Like this year, we are ass though. I mean, LaMelo got hurt. Miles missed the first 10 games. Fucking Martin blew his fucking back out. Nobody even knows when the fuck that shit happened. I mean, the whole team is just decimated by injuries. I mean, any team would end up where we are. I mean, look at the fucking Golden State Warriors, the year of LaMelo's draft class. A championship contender, all of a sudden, you're picking top three just because the injuries pile up the way that they do. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying we were ever on the Warriors level, but the Hornets were damn near pretty much a 50-win team. And then all of a sudden, we're here. I mean, Miles is going last year. LaMelo's hurt. This year, LaMelo's hurt. Miles missed the first 10 games. Now we're playing catch up and we're too far behind. So, I mean, I'm not going to say that LaMelo and Brandon, the league get to watch them hoop together for the next, what, 3-4 months. And some people might look at that and say, yo, I want to play with those guys. You never fucking know, bro. And at the end of the day, shit, the Hornets can still make trades. Look at what the Pacers are doing. They got serious. They're like, yo, we got to do something to put somebody around Tyrese Halliburton. Shit, they traded for him. He wasn't drafted by them. He was a king. So, these new owners seem to be trying to do something. I like it because at least we're choosing a direction finally. Seems like for the last few years, we haven't chose a direction. We haven't been big buyers at the deadline or big sellers. We don't do shit. This year's clear. We got a direction. So it is what it is. I'm not really too distraught about it. Yes, I would have liked to get a young player or a pick that just wasn't fucking protected or both. But we did what needed to be done at the end of the day. We got the expiring cap space at a first, and that's all you can really ask for when it comes down to a 30-year-old small shooting guard, bro. I mean, shit. But it's all about what do we do with this cap space? What do we do with the cap space? That's going to be interesting. Like, we're going to have to look back at this come February to see really what the grade is on this, because what are the moves that follow this? What do we turn Kyle Lowry into? What does 2027 pick turn into? Do we trade that? What are we doing? Who's going to be our new GM? Because, I mean, I'm almost positive that this is Mitch's last run, bro. He's old as fuck. Like, I mean, I think he's ready to retire, bro. New ownership group too. I think we're seeing a change of the guard and everything. And I know some players, I mean, some people are upset that we're, gathering assets and gathering these picks. And, who's going to want to play for Charlotte? Bro, this ain't the same old Hornets. We got new ownership, new GM coming in. The Hornets have never had motherfuckers like LaMelo and Brandon Miller. Back to back, it's like in the recent draft class, we haven't had that shit. Brandon and LaMelo, either one of them, they're ready to lead this franchise. And now we have them together. So we've never had a 1A, 1B situation on the Hornets in my lifetime. I guess Kimba Al Jefferson, I guess. I mean, shit. So, I mean, there's hope, bro. Like, I didn't even mention Mark Williams, who, if healthy, double-double machine, could be a future defensive player of the year. We have hope. Like, we're not that bad of a team, bro. Now, I don't know what's going to happen, who's going to get moved. But, like, let's say we keep Miles. If we lose PJ, Terry Rozier, and Gordon, are we going to get that much worse? I don't think so. We literally just beat the Timberwolves last night. Terry Rozier had like 11 points. Gordon did not play. I mean, come on. Like, bro, it all just depends on what assets we acquire. That's what's going to matter. The moves that follow this is what's going to matter. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I apologize for getting the video out so late, but shit, man, I be at work. You know what I'm saying? When the news broke, I was in a Zoom class at work. I looked at my phone like, oh shit. What can I do? So yeah, but let me know what y'all think down below in the comments. What do y'all think about the trade? What do y'all think about what we got back? What do you think about just getting rid of Terry in general? Yeah, man, let me hear it. Let me hear it. We're back at tomorrow night. It's going to be interesting to kind of see what the team looks like, whose minute shoots up. I mean, I think we're going to see a whole lot of Brandon, a whole lot of Nick Smith Jr. We'll see. Anyways, I'll catch you on the next one, man. Peace.